Ahoy friendos, my name is Elliot, and welcome to my first video to a, hopefully, series where I draw a piece and talk about basically whatever pops into my head. So, disclaimer, obviously I am newer to art. I'm not like the best or whatever, but I really do enjoy creating and practicing my art. I honestly have never been so into art before. My sister was always the artist. Like look at these. Like holy cow. I can't even. Anyway, my sister, like I said, was always the artist of the family. I couldn't even fathom being anything remotely as passionate about art like my sister. I used to think she was crazy for staying up until 1 in the morning working on a piece that was still unfinished the next morning. Now here I am staying up until 3 in the morning, inking in a piece, while Kelsing bugs me about going to bed like, you need to sleep because you're depressed. I'm kidding, Kelsing, I love you. But where did this come from? Why is it in the last 6 months I have improved vastly, seemingly out of nowhere? Well, I have a couple of theories. One is that I used to be on medication for about 5 years called Abilify. Now, if any of you have ever taken medication for mental illness, you probably know that sometimes they can make things worse. Abilify specifically is an antipsychotic. It was prescribed to me personally to help with hallucinations. I was prescribed this in the darkest time of my life when I was 15. I started at 40 milligrams, which I heard is against the FDA guidelines. And I coasted on 30 milligrams all through high school. This medication, this drug, turned me into a zombie. I don't even remember most of high school. It's kind of a big, blurry haze. I didn't really have any friends. I never cared about doing well in anything. It was a miracle I graduated, and even a weirder one, I graduated with honors? I didn't even have a will to live. I would wake up after sleeping 12 hours and still be exhausted, go to school, not do the work, do things in culinary because I knew I was going to graduate and had to do something, get home, watch YouTube for the rest of the night before going to bed at like 8:30 p.m. so I could do it all over again. I was at a point where that if I died in some sort of accident, I would be fine. I didn't care. I wasn't living. I was surviving, doing what was expected. I used to have passions like music and interests like video games. All of that stopped, and I had nothing. My friends and family call that time being a zombie. That is, until I worked myself off of the medication. Then something clicked. It's like I picked up straight off from 15 again. I felt emotions, pure, genuine, pretty much 15-year-old emotions. I had passion, creativity. I was even picking up ukulele and rocking it. I was living again. I was feeling. I was alive. So why art? Why was art picked up like this? I had never painted besides high school art. I was never good at it. I never had an interest. That's where my other theory comes into play. Remember my sister, the artist of the family? Well, back in August of 2018, she left to be on a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in the Philippines. Conveniently right around where I started getting good. I swear I love my sister, I promise. It's funny to me. My mom thinks I felt overshadowed by my sister's art. Now that she's gone and I feel creative, I think that's why I'm able to create things like this. Okay, subject change. Let's talk about the nitty-gritty of my life. So, I think the first thing that most people notice about me is I have a shaved head, and that indicates something now, doesn't it? I identify as transgender, female to male. I'm currently transitioning, and the shaved head is just part of making me feel so much more comfortable. Like, you don't understand how happy I was and how smiling I had walked out of that haircutting place. I was beaming. Like, literally, Kelsing was talking to me about how I was just so happy about it. I think another thing that people should know about me, because I'm a bit different, I feel like, from a lot of other people, especially not just because I identify as transgender, but also because I am diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder. It's kind of weird. It's hard for people to accept, especially that I discovered I make a lot of people uncomfortable. These alters that I have, 3 of them are autistic. I have 15 as of now. Kelsing is one of them. He's sort of like the leader. He's a protector. Protects me from all the different things that overshadow me. He keeps things in order for me in my life. Like the adulting part. The dreaded adulting. But yes, he is so kind, so good, has great advice. He's amazing. I love him. My friends are so supportive, especially my friend Kirsten. She's always been there since I was in 2nd grade. I've known her since 2nd grade. She's been more of a better friend since I was in 7th grade than getting homeschooled forever, and then I met her again by pure chance in 7th grade. So I've known of her existence since 2nd grade. She's always been so supportive of a lot of that stuff. You know, with her family, it's always been kind of a general acceptance of the LGBT community. I've been accepted by them with DID. You know, a lot of people will get uncomfortable in talking to myself in the store. Or if Thos Wolfront, he's autistic, sometimes he'll act a bit weirder, and people get uncomfortable around that. I look at it like something that I can't exactly control, but I put my full trust into them. I put my life and basically into their hands. I love them so much. But sometimes, you know, some are a little more hyperactive than the others. It sucks, but to be honest, that's just something that I'm gonna have to live with. When I was younger, I didn't want to live with that fact that I had dissociative identity disorder, DID, because I didn't want to be crazy, and I would try to suppress that. I grew up in the Mormon Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the place that my sister is going on a mission for. I grew up in that church. I didn't understand a lot of the things that were happening to me because a lot of the stuff felt more like it would be a sin. Don't get me wrong. That church is actually really great. I just don't particularly believe in a lot of the things. Like, some things I don't believe, so I don't consider myself associated that much, but they're loving, very loving religion. Maybe it's just my area. I've heard stories that other areas aren't as good, but my area, I can say 100%, they are so loving, and they could care less if I was a sinner or whatever. They just care about me being okay and happy and healthy. They care about me as a person, not me as a saved soul individual or pure or whatever. Like, that would be nice if I had a saved soul, but it's honestly my choice, and that's what I really like about it. I have support, and I'm happy that I have support. You know you've had DID when you were trying to deny it for so long, and then your friend tells you, oh, I've pretty much known. To be honest, I'm not surprised. I was trying to deny it all outright. Maybe Kirsten, my friend, did point it out to me, but I didn't, like, say anything, or at least be like, nah, that's not me, but it was. Okay, I know that this piece is not the best. I did a quick piece. I was usually just practicing muscles, and I do that a lot, especially because I just can't seem to get Right. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's my first time doing a video like this, and I hope to see you again. Maybe. See ya!